So they can count as civilizations, yeah?
Yeah.
So lots, yes? Some lost,
Yeah.
some gained, and... So we understand that there's a recipe for unlocking this, you call it God, higher power. And this was meant to unlock one time. So when reality triggered off, back in the days, when things got hard,
Yeah.
it's almost like the only way you can really think about it are codes. Strange numbers that get punched in a certain way that then unlocks this. So some people will say hard times and all of this bollocks. That's not supposed to be here now. So from what I understand, and for me to say it, most of it will be ridiculed anyway, so, you know, because that's the way humans have evolved to be. That's just the way that they've become. Now, this is like, so back in the time, humans were widespread. There were a lot more humans on the planet than there are today. No, not in numbers, but in different groups. So you have a multiple of differences in humans, yeah? So what that would be, you could say hermaphrodite, black, white, yellow, or keep going, purple, blue. There were multiple of different vessels that were around, green, in variations of color and capability. There were a lot. And this is a safety net. Now, a lot of them, yes, did breed with other people. However, these ones were wiped out. They were killed. That's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know you need this? Without this, you run into the risk of becoming deformed, inbred. That plays a role later on. Now, anyway, I don't really want to get onto that. That will be another video. No. I want to focus in on this. So, there's a certain frequency that activates when you put a vessel through too much strain. And this would have been rightly so for back in the time when humans were starting to get together, starting to figure themselves out. Part of them was unlocked. It's always been unlocked. However, reality then, sociology, needed to punch in certain events, which you then would understand that the environment would have changed. So therefore you have a large amount of change. And it's almost like love leaves the world, almost. The happy times have almost gone. And you're on basic ruin. This then triggers fear. But it's a greater fear that unlocks something inside. Which then, if you want to call it a serpent, you can call it whatever you want, is then activated. You won't fear it. If this was to come into humans that, you know, fear whether they're not going to pay a bill on time, forget it, it isn't going to come. So, a lot of my life, and it's not victim, I don't really give a shit how you view it. I've been through some quite traumatic experiences, some unnecessary. Outside world, inner world was much more better than the outer world. And you could say somewhere along the lines that you create this sort of belief system, but again, shouldn't you sort of be creating a different type of belief system, because expectation is for you to become what has been pushed into you, yes? And I once spoke to a therapist many years back, just telling them a few things, and they had to get me to stop. What type of a therapist can't handle what you're telling them?
That's not therapist, is it?
Yes, she was.
Then it's not good therapist or
She couldn't handle it. And she admitted so. I just can't handle this. Now, well, you would say that then people need to be trained to be a bit better in that. It didn't stop for me, carried on, and yes, 50-50, I guess, whatever, without me being there. Often you puzzle with suicide and stuff like that because there was a suicide happened in my family, and it leaves a mark on you, although it makes you think about why would that person do that, and their burden seemed to be quite big. Well, because you understand it, if you were not here in that way, then put it this way, if I wasn't here, would that evil council have done any of that shit? Would Saffron have done any of that? Would they have made all of those games? Would they have made me give up my child to prove I'm innocent? Some people prove their innocence in court in another way, but not for you. Something that was, at the time, it was quite big for me. Yeah, I weren't perfect, don't get me wrong. But to put this all one-sided is horrible, to say the least. We were both doing back and forth to one another, and yet I'm labelled with all the blame. And then to prove my innocence on certain things, I mean, I never got investigated for, I think someone poisoned me. It just feels like it. Anyway, whether this is here or there, but it makes you wonder about suicide, right? If I wasn't here, if I was dead, it's the question. Then that part of the 50% wouldn't cause them to react, would it? They wouldn't have a plaything anymore.
No, they wouldn't.
And that's the bit of it. That's the bit where I take responsibility, because I'm here. But if I wasn't, then they wouldn't be able to, would they? And that is just the sad reality is that they seem to think that they're not the responsibility of suicide. They won't take any responsibility for that, or maybe they would. Either or. So to keep going through that, and then that looks like a way out. Well, it isn't stopping because the justice system doesn't work. It isn't stopping because Saffron have continuously done this. It isn't stopping because the council have been following me around since a kid. Now, my pets get targeted. Anything that you love, they want to take it away from you. And for what reason? Because of their power structure? Because of what? What is the reason for that? That it's followed me. They have followed me. And then in schooling as well, that wasn't great. A lot of it I haven't spoke about and won't. And to say a victim, that would be a fucking understatement. But again, you're not allowed to show it. You're not allowed to show it. Why? We're just trying to make you so that you can channel it into positivity. If there wasn't this other force, which you would say is just a belief system and all of this, it's not. Something walked with me. Something that was more balanced than any adult I had ever met. Something that had more wisdom than any adult that I had ever been around. That's the bit. Something. Now, I wasn't taught as much as what you lot were all taught. I was taught to be shut in a bedroom. Yes, I went out. And trust me when I say it, I lived when I did. My freedom was always used against me. Other kids mingled with one another. I was always sent out, watching through windows, and then put out of circulation for many years. Yeah. Now, you can say that that's all bullshit, but the people still remember that went through that. It wasn't just me, it was other people too. They bear witnessed it. They can scrub those reports as clean as they like. Doesn't really make a shit's bit of difference. Because if there was investigations done, and you were to go and take the witnesses, although it was such a long time ago, then they would see it. Then if you go and interview everybody that was around in the area when this mate is trying to kill my sister, he's going to kill my mum, And you grow up with that, with the council. Well, that's never happened before, and they're lying. It has happened before. It happened to 3 other people. How much they lie.
Oh,
Again, housing association. Again, it's straight back with the council. You know, go off with your House of Lords and your gentry and all of that stuff, which then links back to the king. And it does.
yeah.
You know, that family sold us all under a bus. Never forget it. He took our land away from us and then gave it to all of his little dukes and everything else. And then what? To save him from being beheaded back in the day. Governments were then starting to be formed later on. Then there was the wall built in Norwich. And loads of promises that were never met and kept. These are the same arseholes that are acting the exact same way, like they're entitled. And then what? Governments say that they can't make them pay taxes because they'll leave the country. I think the best thing that the government should do is use taxpayers' money to send them more suitcases. Well, what's this? Here's a suitcase. Go on. Off you go. Yeah, you know what else we'll do? Because we're such a good nation. How about we buy the plane tickets for you? But what about our shops? Ta-ta. You honestly think that you are the backbone of this nation? You're not. The people are. And the people can make this work. So here's a suitcase, all of you lot. King, there you are, pack your palace. All of you. Go away. And your councils, go away. And they play their little games alongside what? And is it government? I don't know. You're not allowed to work in the government and then be a part of the House of Lords, but you can be in the House of Lords, which is lifetime. And again, the government have to run through the filters, don't they? Whether they write a law, it has to go through the Lords, doesn't it? Before it reaches out, which the Lords is in cahoots with the king, right? Or the royal family. And then what? What does government do? Governments were being formed around the world, weren't they?
Yeah.
Are they all operating like this, are they? With the schooling? Was it really them? Or was it some sick joke from a royal family that then tells the House of Lords, which then goes down to the dukes, right? And what, councils? C-U-N-T councils.
Councils. Oh, did it?
Which then they take our money and then put it into housing associations. No, not everybody. No, not everybody. Because what, they want to press a load of buttons to activate this so-called God particle using behaviour, and then once they've drained all of the knowledge, which then feeds back into the House of Lords, which is usually business owners, once it's fed into them, what? They expunge the person, do they? Because that's what they think of people, isn't it? That they just get used.
Yep.
And this family gave all of our land to the Lords, yes?
Yep.
Because he spent the money.
Kings relied on these people to form armies for them.
Form armies.
Yeah. To go in battle with other people who wanted to be kings or whatever. Or if they wanted to attack another country, they had their gentry that formed armies from the territories they held. And if they were not loyal, they lost their
So this means
duchies.
you never question authority, right? You don't question authority, right? You don't question the House of Lords' authority, right? So you don't question authority. You ever going to see cops go walking into the House of Lords arresting people?
No.
You
They
see
are,
them enter into the councils? No, who pays the police? Well, by illusion, who pays the police? And then what? They rush around over the businesses and everything else, but yet the people can go and whistle. When businesses commit murder and everything else, here's £1,000, here's compensation.
Yeah. When someone dies in a business, some employee. Yeah.
It's no one's fault because, you know, it's a business. It's directing itself. We just sit in at the top and cash off of it. Seriously, I would give you all suitcases. This is your little game, isn't it? You guys are sick. You need help. And now I live next door to council. Someone from the council. And the shit they put you through. Who are you going to go to? Who are you going to go to? What, the council for antisocial behaviour when one of their officers is creating antisocial behaviour? Oh, that's wonderful, that, isn't it?
That's not gonna work, is it?
So they feel that they can use this force, this power, it is power. It gets you through. And what I'm supposed to believe from psychologists is this third person perspective. Nah. You're trying to give a kid credit for being that much more adult-minded than adults behaving like this. Using schools and everything else. And social systems. Where they come into your family and adopt your brother, you're thrown in care, and then you're sent back with mom, and then they say that you've got your twin sister, that's why you don't need a social worker. What, me and my sister are supposed to be able to do what a social worker can do? We're supposed to have all of that psychology, are we? That I'm supposed to pull my twin sister through it? With what basis?
Exactly.
Mum, where's brother? Oh, distraction because she's been taught that. You just distract the kids. You manipulate them, basically. Being manipulated all the way through your life. Then when you talk about this in school, you're told that you don't have a brother. Get out, you're lying, you're a liar. You know, all of these groups sit there and make out that you're a liar. Interesting. Why? Because if the truth ever got told, it's that whole, oh, that person's a liar. Oh, that person's got Alzheimer's. Oh, right. That person just exaggerates. Oh, right. Mental health. Oh, well, yeah, I understand, yeah. Do you see how dismissive the world can be? And you don't ever think that that can be weaponized?
Yeah.
And what, whilst the king prances round, what job did they ever do? What work did the lords ever do to own all of that land, the dukes? What did you do? What did you ever protect anyone from? Nothing. It was Scotland that stood up to Romans.
Yeah.
The only nation. Oh, and Germany. They stood up to the Romans as well. But more so Scotland. What did the kings do? Where were they then? Where were their massive protection armies then? Well, as long as you don't interfere with us. What the hell is this? It's supposed to be a great nation. It's not. It's not. It's a fake nation. Well, whilst we've got gold and territories owned by a fucking king and the House of Lords and the dukes and the councils, why don't you go? Why don't all of you leave the United Kingdom? What if everybody stood up in the whole United Kingdom and said in a very civilized manner, out.
Yeah, go away.
Go. Go take one of your territories and the House of Lords and maybe you can offer some shit jobs to people. And then I wonder, any of you lot got any ties to Lincoln? Did any of you kill Lincoln? freeing the slaves, right, would have affected your pockets, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
JFK? You know, because they like to give you nothing, but they want as much as possible. You ever noticed that?
Yeah, I have.
To do what? Sit in an empire on stolen goods
Yeah.
that belong to the people, not you, the people. And then you take over the nunneries that was given to the people of Thetford, not to the councils. They didn't want councils to touch it, but by default, didn't you infiltrate it though, didn't you, council? Well, it doesn't actually belong to anyone. That's a misnomer. Yeah, okay. It's not the stories that have been passed down. And what, we're going to believe it because it's wrote into Google somewhere. Not inherently Google's fault, but still. No, it was given to the people. For when times like these happened, they had somewhere to go. Something to grow on. Something to feed them. Something to give them shelter as long as it wasn't permanent structures. No, it was given to the people. And then all of a sudden, council have got it now, ain't they? More land grabbing. And name me the jobs you've all done. None. Zilch.
Yeah.
Let's have it right then. Should we do an experiment, shall we? Shall we give some nobody people a load of land to do whatever the hell they want on it? And let's take yours away and give you lot nothing, and you should be able to climb up. And the ones with the land, let me predict, they're not going to be able to do anything. And then why the fear? Why do you not let people have land? Families here have been working for generation after generation, paying into a tax pot repeatedly. And what's it got them?
Yeah. They cannot even grow
What's
any
it got
food.
them?
Yeah.
They're not allowed to own their own houses. And even if they could, that would be taken back as quick as anything. How does this all absorb back to the gentry then? So old-fashioned. And then what? You want to use this God particle to feed and fill your coffers? Guys, you guys are so... You just won't give nothing. You will break the society like you've already broken it countless amounts of times because you prance around thinking that you're better than anybody else. When actually, I would say that you haven't done enough. You've done very little in society. But look at all of this stuff we've given you. No. Leave. Leave. The people should stand up and unite together and ask you very nicely, leave. Bailiffs, get out. All of you, leave. And let's see if we lift our own nation up together. Let's see if we can build better businesses. Let's see if we can do it ourselves without you. Let's see if we can do it better. Let's see if we can remove all the poisonous substances from our children's water. That's the only reason why you want us all on formula milk, isn't it?
Yeah.
So they get dosed in with the water, isn't it? So you mix it with the water. Well, it's only water, it comes from a tap. No one's ever going to put poison in that. Lead. They do this to kids in school. He did it to me. And what, they're trying to attempt to do it to my daughter? Come here and tell a vet here that a dog bit my cat. No, that wouldn't happen. He's dead now. You lot targeted him, just like you have done every other time. And you know what? I just couldn't prove it though, could I? That's just a bit, I couldn't prove it. Now I fucking can. See. And then what? We move here, and then we take him to a vet, and he picked up. That's so cruel. I had to watch him lift himself up. Elevate. He got excited. Usually they fear vets. He didn't. He picked up. He started eating. He started working with it. Nah, but they sit there guessing, saying that it's cancer. Of course, it wouldn't be a dog bite. It wouldn't be a responsibility for any of you lot, though, would it? No, of course not. So look at that. You're even in the vets as well, aren't you? How evil. Then I nurse him through his death. Laid with him on his final moments. Do you know what that does to a person? Do you even get that? Oh, one of many, right? One of many. Standing around trying to figure out why no one is helping. And then what? The water is so full of fluoride, it starts making white blotches on teeth. That's what my daughter's got. What, because you want to try and block the pineal gland because you want to play around with the water in an environment that is disgusting. And it damages her teeth, but it's sweets. It's sweets that are doing it. 2 places in this freaking Watcher town full of psychology. Well, you're having a good old watch at this as well, aren't you? You lot are cowards, mate. Claim you know best. That's funny. The one person that you put all of this shit through, statistically speaking, should be the most broken, evil person that you've ever met. If you know this, and you still continue to do it, what does that make you? Because you didn't go through this, did you? No, you had it cushy, didn't you? Your lifelong living in councils for God knows how long. And you're dumb enough that you go and write your family's little bullshit stories as how great these people were. What, a council that sits back and does nothing? House of Lords that want to break the country, and a king that claims he's got no power. God, you do a lot of talking out of your ass, don't you? God, I can smell it. King and country? Nah. King and gentry. Why don't the gentry go and fight your wars for you? Oh wait, they do against the people, don't they?
Yeah.
Where does the government sit in this? They were already formulating around the world. Are they truly responsible? Or are they compressed just like everybody else is by the gentry? Which do you think it is? Are other governments acting like this? I don't think they are. Maybe some. Don't get me wrong, perhaps some. Whilst they sit there and try and block out this religion. You know this is just for money, don't you?
Yeah.
Prevent Abbey from doing certain things, prevent these churches from doing certain things. But it's all right, people. We've built some from your taxes. How much? Do you want to pay for this grave? Where's that money accounted for? I can tell you, it probably built the new town council, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. Don't you wish you had no money? And then you can fill it in your pockets at the end of the year, yeah?
Yeah. And
'Cause
build a
if
house
not-
like that, yeah.
If not, we won't be able to get any money from government next year if we don't spend it all. We'll give you a bonus, you can have a bonus, you can have a bonus, and you can have a bonus. I wish we had no money but yet could have bonuses each year. Don't you?
Yeah.
Go and sit terms in all of these features, yeah? The water
Having
companies.
debts and get
Oh,
bonus.
having debts
yeah.
and it not be their responsibility. It's not South Norfolk's fault why they're in debt, is it? It's because of the people. Who's going to be responsible for that debt? What, the gentry? No. Who's going to be responsible for it? The people. Once again, the people.
Yeah.
The cash cows.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think you should leave. I don't think it. I know it. Get out. Get out. Who gives you the right? Who gives you the right? You've taken enough from the people. This is called liberation. This is what this is. When people begin to understand the truth, they'll know what you are. They'll know what you've done. God, Company goes bankrupt, can't pay off its debt. £40 billion in bankruptcy. 40 billion. What did you do with it? Well, we can't touch that because that belongs to the shares and this, that, and the other. 40 billion. You can't pay this. Oh, that's all right then. You've got bailiffs for people that barely have anything. And you go and take their property from them like you own it.
Yeah.
You guys make me sick. Should go and raid the fucking king and take back all of that gold, shouldn't we? With bailiffs. Why? Because this country's going to shit because you're hogging it. House of Lords? Wait, what? Corruption? You're there for life. You make the decisions. So what, if we have a political power in here that goes into government, how are they ever going to do what they need to do? If it has to wash through your filters.
Yeah, and then it's...
So then what, the government have to address it up to be in... And then the government can be infiltrated by the House of Lords, yeah?
Yeah.
House of Lords don't like something, they just infiltrate the government. Houses of Parliament. Got money for wars, ain't you? Got money for ships, ain't you? Got money for your own little companies, haven't you? Think your time is done. What? Prison? All-time high? Modern day slavery. Burnt through all the resources. Why is that? Because they couldn't build a decent house. Decent houses have been around for a very long time. You waste everything. You waste human life, human potential, all for what? To sacrifice working in your shops. To sacrifice working for you. I don't think these are people that we can call leaders. No, and it's not very safe, is it?
No.
And then when we start to look at the prisons, how many people have gone at you? How many people have reacted to your shit? Naturally, quite naturally. It's abnormal for people not to react. That is abnormal. By rights, I should be pulling down your structures by now, shouldn't I? You've gone for my kids. You went for my mum's kids, which was us. You put us next to violent situations. You want us to react. Why are you doing this? Because then when you get a reaction, then you get the, see? Look how untouchable we are. And you mean to tell me that it's all right to create this problem? It's okay to do this sort of stuff to people? And you are creating a reaction, but they have to stay in obedience. That is the most abnormalist thing I think I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Cool. Bet if I did it to them, though, we'd see a reaction and it'd all be justified as to why, wouldn't it? A bit like war, yeah? Bit like war. War's justified, isn't it? Yeah? Cool. Don't piss off the Empire or you're going to get it. And why? It's because people speak out. Is that it? Is that because they spoke out, saw it for what it was, from a very young age, and then you had to target people for it? Wow. Why don't you stand resolute? You know, well, just don't react to it, you know, because lions don't lose the fucking sleep over the opinions of sheep. God, compare yourself to a lion. Jesus Christ, even lions would turn away from this. And what, we want to compare ourselves to animals? What type of behaviour is that?
Yeah, that is
Human
really...
with gifts, the best gifts that you can possibly get as being human beings. And I know most of the world has lost it. I understand it. That ain't accidental. Back in the day, the tribes were pressed.
Yeah.
This force that came through me, and I don't get anybody else to understand it. It's just what happened. It saved me from reacting. It tutored me. It taught me. It's not me. I was an empty vessel. I had trauma and grief. That was my education.
Yeah.
Trust me when I say it. I know evil. That's been my education. Hurt, misery, suffering. Other people have got their own demons to go through. I appreciate that. But it's different when it's someone else, isn't it? Because it's not personal to you, is it? That's very bad, but it's like losing a loved one. If I tell you that I lost a loved one, yeah, you feel it a little bit. But if it was your loved one, you feel it a lot more. You feel it deep. That's the same as grief. All of these things that I've gone through, that's how I feel that. And to you, you see it from an outside perspective, and you sort of care, but you don't feel it. You feel it, but not internally feel it. You feel it hitting your senses, yeah, but you don't feel it internally. Let's have some toxic positivity. I don't think that's it. And the answer isn't medication, is it?
No.
Oh, they want me to take medication. For what? The last time I took some medication, they gave it to me at overdose ratio. It said in the packet, I didn't read it until afterwards because, they were telling me not to read it because you might start believing the side effects. I honestly thought that that's what they were telling me it for. No, it's because in the ingredient place, it said that you must only ever take one and no more than one, never any more than one. They wanted me taking 4 every day. I was wasting away. Had them from the council living next door to me talking about poor fucker doesn't even know who his father is. He kept mentioning things on my care records. I never let him read them. His wife's connected to the council and therefore county council are involved with this. What is it you people are doing? Look, we'll build you a brand new library. Yeah, people need a new library. The people here need a new library. You don't need new doctors. You don't need a bigger hospital. Oh, no. You need libraries. You need books. Because you're going to need that much patience. And when you're ever going to have the time to do it. What, reading books? In a technologically advanced civilization, we're building new libraries? Whilst the waiting lists are massive? What, the gentry, what do? Jump to the front, yeah? Build it from taxpayers' money. And then what? They go and pay a small company here and there in a little fee and then get to jump to the front. What, off taxpayers' money? No, that's private. No, that's not private. Everybody knows it, that whether you go private or not, you still get NHS doctors. So they can jump ahead. Again, what work have they done? What, causing this misery? And they get to jump ahead. You've got to show patience. No. You need a new library. That's the council. Oh, no, you don't. You need a new town council. The old building is no longer any good. Let's build a new one.
And leave the old one empty.
Let's not build it with any asbestos because, it's fireproof. There's probably more likely to be fire there. There's loads of dangerous substances there. I need to build the whole thing out of asbestos since you guys love it so much.
It's
asbestos structure. Why don't they just build it out of an asbestos structure?
It's wooden, isn't it?
It's wooden, yeah, and glass. No, people... so what could be done in Wyndham? The Kett, Robert Kett. But built a brand new hospital. But we've got Norwich. No, takes the burden off of Norwich. What happens if you fill that with surgeons? You get down waiting lists, do you? More people living, are they? The ones that paid the tax. But no, the ones that don't pay it, the ones that don't pay into the pot, the ones that got all of this shit given to them because of their surnames. Oh, surname. Get to jump the queue, and then what? Get to do all of this stuff. Why do you think they're building libraries? Why do you think they're building new town councils? Why do you think they're giving themselves new buildings? What do you think that's all about? Let me tell you, I'll give you a clue. It's because they haven't got a waiting list.
Yeah.
What? And then the king is like, oh, come here, elderly people. Look, let me give you some, a nice fireplace and a place for you to come and stay. Oh, fucking hell, that's a great return on all that tax over fucking generation after generation. God, I bet it made it good for a newspaper report, though, didn't it? So that everyone's like, oh, such a hero. Shit me, you could have built that out of your blocks of gold and still wouldn't miss it. Sorry, how much of a carat of a diamond did that cost? Oh, that's a higher force. I've been sitting with it. It's interesting. It helps me to understand that these buttons, and like I say, it's a bit like grief, but it's a reverse of it. There's something here. I'm not keen on baby blue, right?
Yeah.
That's it. Beautiful stars in it. Ah, it's very strange. This is supposed to push into humanity back in the day, right?
Yeah.
Activate it, which it did. It caused people to start questioning belief a lot more, right? They were being guided.
Yeah.
Now, if you carry on going with this and breeding into it and keep going, you only ever need to go through that dark night of the soul once in your civilization. Once. Then it unlocks it and you can find it naturally. And it keeps building. But the problem is with it, it doesn't build to the House of Lords. It doesn't build to kings. It doesn't build to control freaks. It goes the opposite direction to what they want. And it begins lifting you. You see, that's the bit that fascinates. My own behaviour fascinates me.
Yeah.
I was not educated. Not by humans. But somewhere in the mind, and then they say it's because you're remembering. No, something is teaching me. I felt absolutely lonely and isolated on the outside in the physical world. I don't blame people around, they're taught it. Because if authority is teaching you like that, maybe I should do the same thing and be the same. Do you see how teaching works?
Yeah.
The teacher wants you to be like the teacher, yeah? So if the teacher punishes and the class punishes and it's usually the people that didn't know me, there was none of this there. I could tell very quickly from the ones that have read a record to ones that haven't. Because they built this narrative that they wanted to build, and then they wait. They're not looking at... You can do a million good things around them, and they will never see it. As soon as you do one fucking slip-up, they add it to the pile. They disregard all of that goodness, because they're always looking for the... You can test this out.
Yeah.
Give someone a report about somebody, and allow somebody to make their own opinion. Give someone a report that's been written by loads of people in authority. Do you think that there's a difference in the behavior and the outcome?
Yeah.
The one that read the report will build their own profile based in from the report profile. This is how it works.
Yeah.
And they will ask the other one, what do you see in them? Everyone's like, well, look at this. No, what about that over there? These are seeds of doubt. That's how it works. That's why they have these reports. They can ignore everything else. Even in their own reports, you can tell they're lying. so easily led, but I can't control him. Wait, what? You mean to say that someone is easily led, but they can't be controlled? Easily led by who, then? Easily led by what?
Mm.
There it is.
Mm.
He walks in obedience, but will not be controlled. There you are. There you are. By humans. This punching in is supposed to awaken something in humanity.
Yeah.
And it's like being able to do something. That once you see it, you can help others see it. Which then you can teach your kids to see it. To look out for those telltale signs. And then what happens? They then catch hold of it, and then they're leading a specific journey and branches of a tree. You might have the main tree being the adult, but the branches, the branch off of the branches, the branch off of the branches. Yeah, the baseline of humans and how to live, yes. But the branches? Nah, that's divine. A higher force that has collected all of what's worked. He knows what doesn't. So would it ever lead you astray? No. No. And then some people want to put in the mythology that there's a devil. Are you not seeing it? Physical. What if we're being controlled to do something that's not right? What, wait for extinction? What, so that the gentry, look at the way they are now. They build rockets, and there's Armageddon coming. Are you going to be going in those rockets?
No.
Are they going to come and pick out you?
No.
No, but they're going to build that off of you.
Yeah.
So keep you distracted, won't tell you about Armageddon. They'll know about it, and they'll do something about it. But will they do anything about it for you?
No.
No, but you built it. But they'll say that's because you don't know nothing. If you've been educated to follow this script, because they've shut down, okay, yeah, religion. Call it what you want. God, divine, collected ancestors, other beings. It doesn't really matter what you call it. Fact is something higher. Not as in higher up the chain. No. Higher. Something above. Something that moved away from its planet.
Yeah.
Do you ever wonder how humans know things? Hey, what, we're going to put this down to intelligence? It was because of a college. It's because of a university. Hey, I don't think these places are bad. Overall. I just can't do it. Sit there pretending. Einstein. Well, he had to go through that, didn't he?
Yeah.
Didn't he have to go through a fucking university? He hated it. And Tesla stuck in a university somewhere? No, they were following this. It was already there. And we're taught to shame it out, and laugh at it, and that's okay. But when it hits you, you'll be looking back thinking, I don't know what that is, but... And that's why it should be okay to get things wrong, but society teaches you that it's not alright to get anything wrong. And that's what keeps you away from that. So if you're an atheist, you're going to make sure you're an atheist, because next one in line is, oh, I got to admit that I was wrong. Yeah, because you got to rebuild yourself again. The people that you associated with were more aligned to that and wouldn't understand. Yes, because they do understand it, they see it, they feel it, they sense it. It's a presence about you. That's what it is. And they'll see it and feel it. But you'll explain it to them and they'll get it, but they just won't feel it like that death. To you, something died. And that's how much it's feeling. At the opposite end of death. Some people walk through that path and I get it. It's challenging. But there's an opposite side to the death, right? We only ever know it this way because it's the only way I know it. What's it like to truly be happy? I ain't got a clue. What's it like to truly feel loved? I don't think I know that either. Honestly. It's one of the most disgusting aspects of humanity. How they play that so normal. It's like alien. It's not alien. It's not. It's a bad word. It's like you're constantly looking somewhere for a devil, right? Mm-hmm. And it's not the people. It's the behavior. Yeah. And of course, they don't want religion because it will move you away from it. Mm-hmm. It will move you away from their religion of servitude. Mm-hmm. Look, I get it. Some religions have been infiltrated and rewritten, and some parts of it have been infiltrated by people with bad intentions. That's just the way it works. You understand this infiltration. They'll write a bit of a narrative and convince everybody, and then, everyone's... That's how it works. They get in and infiltrate the information. So then it doesn't make sense after a while, and the more people they get it, you would think that this doesn't happen. It fucking does. You'd be surprised how much it happens. They know that it happens. That's why we have intelligence agencies. No, that dark night of the soul is not supposed to keep being intermittent into humans just so that they can cash in off of it and then shut it down afterwards. So what, they pick and choose the religion when they feel like it? Like creating a fucking vessel that, they gotta just find the one, right? And what happens if you have children at that time? After your awakening, what happens? Most people awaken later on. They're usually sages. They're older. What happens if they have children when they're at that age? Are their kids become divine? Do their kids begin to enhance this? Live in that wisdom? Get taught that first wisdom at home? Then their kids, then do you respark the light back into the world again? Back in the day where there was less people but more variety. Well, it's easy for them to experience the dark night of the soul, isn't it? Now, with a population of this big, everybody has to go through that? Subject to satanic rituals all the way around you. Fucking hell. A life of misery. Do you understand? Everybody on the planet has to be broken.
Yeah.
Works when the numbers are smaller. It's one of the hardest things to attain, but once attained, shit me, it's one of the most fragile things you'll ever find. And then certain people that will grow, that just want to shut it out, I want to become that. Maybe I can make all of these people listen to me. What could I get them to build for me? Selfishness. Rather than what can we build together? I'm not religious. But I believe in a higher power altogether. Not just one, but many. You have to be so wide open because it's not just one. And then any that have walked the path and have been collected, are they worthy enough to teach too? Now we've got different varieties of what that is.
Yeah.
A collective that follows the same success ratio, that same vibration, frequency, light. And the more of them, the more differentiated, then people are different. They go and connect to this bit of it more so than this bit. But connecting to this bit allows them to see this bit. As opposed to looking for one that looks the same, right? Familiarity helps, but not everybody is in that. You might see something else, which then moves you to this, which then helps you see that. Whatever resonates to you and causes the less fear response. Ironic when fear is at its heightened amount. They'll call it third person perspective and give it a fancy term. You call it what you want. I mean, on paper it looks good, but it doesn't fit in mental. It's quantum. Some will feel it, some will see it. How much time has been wasted here for artificial kings? Come on.
Yeah.
Ones that sit atop of companies, you're artificial. Bloody hell. You know, you can lie your ways out of oblivion for it, say that this is all delusional and I can't prove nothing. But I wouldn't be so sure if I were you. No, this is following a pattern. Council, look at it, it's council. And then when you break away from it, they panic. God, I need to know where the whereabouts of... And then weird events start happening in the house, which then put you back into a place where they can do all of this sort of stuff, right? Just an experiment.
Yeah.
Why don't you go and experiment with your own children? Why don't you go do it to your own bloodline?
Yeah.
It's so great and it's so successful and it you know, it's just to forge people in fires. Go do it to your own bloodline then. Go do it to your son. Go do it to your daughters then. Go do it to your own children. Go put them through it all. Stop playing around with other people so you can find the formula. So that what, then you can put it in your family so that you can then be it. But the problem is with it, it knows authenticity. And you ain't authentic. That's the real truth in it, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's why they got to find a way to artificially do it. To cheat. Because it didn't come to them naturally, did it?
No.
No. It read them. Look how pure we are. Oh! Oof, yeah, so pure that it makes the fucking heavens turn the other way. You ain't gotta be perfect, but that shit, fucking hell, that's such a debt. Yeah, I'm definitely with this force is definitely going to come to you when you make people lay down their lives for you. Oh, yeah, definitely. Oh, absolutely. When you shit on people from a great height. Oh, yeah, that's exactly what it wants to resonate with, isn't it? And therefore you must ridicule it because of that reason, right? Because it won't come to you. Because you're so used to being so entitled to everything. Getting everything.
Yeah. Okay.
And maybe it is just mental health. Maybe it is. If it is, this is one of the best mental healths I've ever had. Look at what it guides to do. Yeah, this stuff here. Yeah, this where I'm talking about the authority and everything else. Yeah, you're going to label that as being very bad and negative and all the rest of it. You know what? For me to talk about what you've done, and between you and I, you know you've done this. And I know it too. And you can lie to anybody else, the people that you've got around you. You can do that. But when we come face to face like this, you know.
Yeah.
You know what you've done. It's horrible, mate. And then, oh my god, it's backfiring. Shit, what are we going to do? Let's just say that we're trying to forge them. And I know some people are saying this out of the goodness of their hearts. I know that some people will probably watch this and go, fucking hell. Romans were mercenaries, weren't they?
Yeah.
They started as mercenary soldier group, yeah? That you could pay them and they would go and deal with shit.
They were based on armies.
So if they're based on that, they're based on the Hashins.
Hashishis?
Hashishim. Aren't they?
I don't know if it came later or at that time. I can't tell. Might be even earlier.
The ones that used to smoke hash, and then they would take it away from them,
Yeah.
and it'd make them grumpy.
Yeah.
And then they would say, we'd only give it back if you go and do this.
Yeah, you'll get more. Go and do this. Yeah.
So here's half now, we'll get half later.
Yeah.
Now that's a lot of being told in your bloodline, isn't it?
Yeah.
That these people just wanted to smoke hash, yeah?
Yeah.
But they were manipulated that when they took away their supply.
Doesn't have to be for long because immediately it.
So this has been taught.
Yeah.
Fast forward with that type of evolution, and what do you have?
Yeah.
People that feel like they have to do it. Why? Well, because
They just feel it.
they
It's
feel it.
Yeah.
Where are they feeling it from? That moment
From
is past.
from something they feel like it was like that.
Pressing the buttons.
Yeah. And
Those buttons have been pressed into them.
Yeah, and some of them maybe didn't even know what they were getting in some
That's
food.
cell memory.
Yeah.
What type of group of individuals was this?
Yeah. And then they felt better.
What group of people were smoking the hash? Where was this more centralized in the world back then?
I think it was around the Arabic Peninsula and there. Middle East and there. Maybe not just there. Holy Land and around there.
Who was taking the hash from them?
they just were given it as
But then
soldiers.
who was withdrawing it?
Some, how do you say it, when they are subordinates? Who's the, I don't know exactly.
So a higher gentry.
Yeah, higher, some higher officers or something like that.
Oh.
And can you imagine that there would be just something in the food, and when
And this is
those
probably
soldiers
what we have
won,
today, isn't it?
yeah.
This is what is happening. This is why this happens. This is cell memory, isn't it? It's not perfect that the next generation are going to feel it like that. No, it's going to be in certain moments. It bursts out.
Yeah.
So humans get hold of this gift and abuse it. That is what it is. Look, it's punching it in for this God code, yes?
Yeah. It's the name of that.
Can you imagine that everywhere around
maybe
the world
they use something else. Yeah.
had this awakening that led them to build some of the most mind-boggling structures you've ever seen to try and understand this force in order to be able to enhance its ability. That's why it bursts out of us every now and then. It only takes one spark to reignite the rest. But it will be what? Watered down in books? In text? Jesus, right? He was one. And again, assassins came. Romans. It seemed like everywhere they went, people just detested him, didn't they? I think Scotland is, and Germany as well, they stood up to him, didn't they?
Yeah. Yeah, part of.
What was this bloody empire doing here? What, cowering somewhere in their baths? What were you doing? Too busy giving out your land, the people's land, to... You took the land from the people, and then decided what? That you can play God with it? Oh, here you go, lords. And then it was, oh, look at those other people. Oh. Rather than, we were all like this once. We were all stinky and bad. What did we do? Well, we sorted ourselves out. What can we do? Well, we can sort these out. The only reason why you got fucking showers and everything else is because I can't stand the smell of you. The only reason why you've got food at a very high cost is because they don't want to run the risk of getting plague. Because of this force that has been counteracting them at every turn, whether you are aware of it or not, it has been counteracting them at every moment. The only reason why you eat decent food, remember, they would have had you eating the scraps from a bin. They couldn't stand the smell of you, so they introduced water to you. And just let you wash. That's not for you. That's because, they can't stand it, right? That's why they put in all these weird chemicals in it. Experiments. See if it absorbs into the skin, shall we?
But they stunk more than common people. That's the funny thing.
Yes, but when they scrubbed it up, though... Oh! Well, if that's the case, why didn't they just kill us then? Because you're the workhorses. You are their slaves. So that they can sit pretty on more wealth than you can choke a frickin' 1,000 donkeys with. On more wealth that you could feed everybody on this fucking planet. Look, we're not doing slavery here. No, not got people walking in mines in other parts of the world, have we?
Yeah, slavery somewhere else, where you send the companies in.
Not creating poverty over there, are you?
Of course, yeah. People work for pennies in those countries, for very long shifts with very little precautions, safety precautions for against fire, electrocution, and stuff like that. Because it's not there, people didn't fight for those rights there, so they do not apply there.
And what is war all about? Fear. Fear.
Yeah.
Fear that there could be an awakening. Fear that people could start to look at this shit.
Yeah.
Fear. Look what happened at Norwich. They had to build a wall, right?
Yeah.
And then they had to come down and start promising the people stuff, yeah? We promise, we'll clear it up, we promise. You don't smell that, do you? Yeah, because they knew that they didn't have enough. The people outnumbered them, but they tricked people.
Yeah.
They lied to them.
In many places they did, yeah. And then just one
So they
piece
can
of
prance
history.
around,
Yeah.
acting like they're the best ever, when all they've got is stolen stuff.
Yeah.
It's all stolen. It is going to change. No ifs, no buts, no maybes. It's going to change. This is the end of the line. Why? Because you said it? No, because you know. You know it's time. And this is why you fear truth, isn't it? That's why you shadow ban and hide things.
Yeah.
But truth is a funny thing. While you're distracted here, make sure you pay attention to the invisible. For as long as you believe what is visual, it hides. And no, it's not about thinking that you're better than anybody else. You know, it's got nothing to do with that. Because we are all better together. It's all the people. I have high faith in all of them. Everybody. And you can't do it on your own. You got to do it as a group. As a human, I don't know. As all the people in this nation together. We did it before you were here. And we can do it when you're no longer here. For as much as we believe the script that you are the ones that made the world the way it is here, no, you didn't. It's all stolen. Whether it's from the Mayans, whether it's from the Egyptian pyramids, whether it's from pagan religion, it's all stolen. Whereas our ancestors have walked authentically. Times of Boudica. Vikings mixed, Roman mix, all of it, keep going, mixed. Before this blip in reality occurred, we were already making it. We were already rising ourselves up. cooking for ourselves, making bread,
Mm-hmm.
a nut bread, flat bread, but it was nutty.
Mm-hmm.
They added nut to it, to grain. They had a very good balancing water system. It's clean enough to drink. I got poisoned after you lot came. Good diets, nice shelters. That's the people. And it's still within them.
Yeah.
And you don't think that we can move forward on into the future?
Okay.
You know, that whole understanding that it'll all go poverty and everything else, it works in barren lands. It doesn't work here. It's the land. Stuff still grows here, does it?
Yeah.
And it isn't barren land then, is it? Yeah, that's the punching in a code. It worked better back in the day, and then certain people tried to eliminate it, kill it out. Then they start calling it the dark night of the soul. They only trigger it because they want something from it. Whatever happened to triggering that in everybody? It only needed to happen once, and then you keep the fire burning. Would we be in any situations like we are today? And then what would it be? You know, in order to do that, you would need to clone the earth. One done by men, this way, and another led by a divine spark. Which one do you think will be more advanced? These ones have no access to it. These ones have nothing but that access to it. Which ones do you think will maneuver? Look back through your history. Look at the remnants you've got left. It always got taken over by greed.
Yeah,
It always got captured. It always got, you know,
Exactly.
I'm the best one out of all of you. The one.
Yeah.
Because of that, you need to listen to me.
Yeah, the one.
Yeah,
You're like there's only
that,
one something.
no.
Yeah. No.
Sure. And then it would have been about learning an agreement for a common path. If you can't agree on it, take a step back and look at what you are creating. It looks like we're going towards this. When you focused individually, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, but look back. Where is that progressing to? Where has it always been progressing to? Before technology of today. Mayans, pyramid. Keep going. It all points to the stars.
To the space. To upwards.
All of it.
Yeah.
And then that would be the common theme on every single planet. That if they use the dark night of the souls, then that divine force appears in the valley of the shadow of death, if you want to call it that way. That's up to you. You say what you want. Within all that darkness, within all that evilness, I will lead you right. Should be we. But again, if it helps, you say I is usually meaning closed off and only one. Should be we. And that puts it in your mind, we, not one, not I lead you, I will find you. We will find you in we will rebuild you. And this becomes more apparent if you see more life forms in space. So the more you travel out, the more you're able to see. Then you start seeing more life forms. And they're doing it too. Wow. That will shit down on the eye, won't it? And then if you were to get together with these and they say, yeah, there was this once, this really dark time and something happened. And we followed it ever since. Oh, really? Let me tell you a story about humans then. Again, then I change your awareness then. What's that? We. You look different to us. Well, similar, I suppose. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to tickle you, but yeah, you're very similar. Now the paradigm melts. Why? Collective variety. Not one. Shape, sizes, colors, you name it. Abilities. Which then tells you we are all being guided. It'd be interesting if you could watch this on new life forms, right? Ones that start to rise up, and you see them go through this darkness. And then there's a time before, time after. Would you study that? Never mind individual human behavior, no, collective behavior. There isn't a variety of cars, is there? Not really.
No.
Is there a variety of trains? What about a variety of aeroplanes? For transportation? No, it seems to be all built the same, yeah? Not on about destruction. Can share all that though, can't you?
Yeah.
That can all be shared, can't it?
Yeah.
You don't think that if some find ways to get out into space and start doing it, everyone else will share it too?
Yeah.
Interesting. But then if they were allowed in this craft, not being an aircraft, but their craft, will they begin to shape those modules in a different way?
Yeah.
That's interesting. And again, loads of other people would copy in the same, and some people have different preference in this way. Anyone better than the others? No, you've got different taste.
Right.
So what did you do? Oh, you're a human. I already know what you did. Let me guess. Had education. Correct. Got a dead-end job? Also correct. Felt happy, but actually just weren't quite happy? Correct. Everything was a you problem? Correct. Oh. Okay then. Same for the next person? Same for the next life forms? All the same, yeah? Was anyone striving better than you? Well, yeah, actually, these people over here, but they were always touched by these ones over here. Sort of gave them their blessing. Oh, I'd like to meet these ones. So they couldn't do this to all humans, they could only do it to a certain group of humans. Yeah, that's right, pretty much. Why didn't they do it to you then? I weren't worthy enough. I was, Well, that's interesting. So they didn't do it to you. What about your neighbours? Did they do it to them? No. So they did it to no one else. They could only do it to these groups of individuals. The ones that they chose. Let me guess. If you'd have spoke out about it, they'd call it jealousy. Well, I can assure you, I most certainly am not jealous of that. I just question the moral. Do you think the ones that have been walking around like this all their lives are the first ones to drop to their knees in the presence of true power? You know, they don't believe in it, but we can still ask that anyway, can't we? Because whilst we're in the space of it. What happens if they meet a higher power? What do you reckon they do? Well, it ain't going to be any of the behaviours that you see here on the planet. They're not exactly going to try and kill it. Oh, that's fucked. They're not going to go to war with it. You got nothing. Well, what are you going to do when it strips you down? Body and all. What will you do?
No.
I'd be fascinated with this. What sort of power do you have now? Are you going to demonstrate some of your skill set to me?
No.
I think I'm being lenient when I say that, you know, I picture the kings and everything else naked. I'm being too lenient. No, we're going to leave the body behind as well. Just the essence. All of that. What do you reckon it does? Bow? Drop? I'm sorry. I didn't... What do you think they do? I'm curious. What do you think has ever happened to them? They got fucking put up on the highest pedestal and were like, you should be organising this. I mean, shit, why didn't I make people exactly the same as one another before? Fucking hell.
No, everyone else is avoiding them.
Come here with your regime. I need you in the universe. What for? I need every single life form to be absolutely carbon cut identical to one another. Do you think you could make a slavery universe for me? I've always wanted my clothes made by people. By other beings. Do you reckon you could get that done for me? What was it you went to war with Hitler for again? Just curious. And all the people that you've ever battled, because apparently you're the good guy. You're the good woman, you're the good this, you're the good gentry, you're the good council. You just tell me. Well, if I ever need a biome created where we want to cause as much misery as we possibly can, suffering, and be controlled, and for you lot, you know, I'll let you know. You're going to be waiting for a long time for that, though. Until then, bye-bye. Something about that mixer just didn't mix well. Maybe we should add a little bit more of this ingredient next time, okay? We're just doing God's work. What, carbon copy? Oh yes, that's truly what God wants. That's why I gave a variety of different things. I mean, yeah, sure.
That's why people look different, so they look the same.
Needs you bowing to the floor. No, it needs you bowing to the floor. Well, I guess the people have been teaching you well. You know, when they bow at you, they've been hinting. King see, king do? Oh, king's gonna do. You will. Well, what else would there be left? Pretending to do enough in front of cameras or doing enough. Two different things. Council pretending to do enough. It's not a lot we can really do. Well then, bugger off so that somebody else can take the place then. Get out. House of Lords, you're next. Don't want to contribute? Here's a suitcase. Pack it. What about the businesses? You can take them with you. What are you going to do? Dig the ground up and take the land with you as well, are you? God, and there are laws in this fucking planet. Yeah. Alright then. Interesting. Anyway, but yeah, it's much more simpler when you go back in time, isn't it? And then you hold on to it. But no, those ones were killed. These ones were killed. Those ones were killed. Oh, quick, Jesus. Let's just stamp on that ember as well. Any more? Be ashamed of yourselves. It's terrible. That really is. That really is something. We want to uplift you. What type of upliftment are we talking? Well, it rises up you and lifts you up. Uplift you? God, how many people are broken? Gee me, how many people are broken? And then they have the audacity to go, not our problem. What, do you think we made this or something? What, creating mental health? Why? We got someone in the House of Lords that makes drugs in another nation, do we? We're going to sell these back to people, are we? What are we going to do? We're going to have loads of broken people. I could make a business that sells magic, pills.
Yeah.
They can pop pills.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Promote mental health and then...
Yeah, we can... What? Put it through the air? Yes. And then we can sell them back pills through here.
And then you are a coach and then you are...
We can also hire psychologists and stuff to get them to look at them like this. I wonder what's the problem with you? It's a problem with this society. But they won't question authority because they're not allowed.
It's not their specialty.
That's until they look. It's their job, isn't it, to find the problems in society? What causes people to tick this way? And because of how covert this is, do you think that kids can go after their parents? Snap in a household, snap in a community?
Yeah.
All
Or the other way.
At other people?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well done, council.
Anyone
well
can
done,
snap
gentry. Well done.
Yeah.
Wow. How covert this really is. Takes a lot to see it though, doesn't it, looking back?
Yeah.
And even then, even when you've got it experienced at you and it's not happening to other people, it's sort of, you assume that other people feel the same way, but they're not. And you start lacing these little traps in there, little things, just, I don't know, is it this? We've got a bike! Weird. This is weird. This is fucking weird, mate. But there you are. Anyway, I'm going to leave this one here because it's just where... Oof. And cell memory, yeah? We often see this in negative experiments. Now let's try this with positive experiments. Do you think through cell memory that we can uplift one another? And it be held into human cell memory?
Yeah.
You don't think so?
Yeah.
So you notice that when it's negative, people tend to have generational curses, yes?
Yeah.
Where they have to break the generational curses.
Yeah.
So because grandfather did it, mum did it, this did it, they did it, this did it, that did it. You know, that's cell memory.
Uh-huh.
And it's been abused. It's been worked out to be abused, to be infiltrated, to push it on more harder. So when you've got a humanity that's in slumber, what's going to be very hard for them to do? Break the spell.
Yeah.
So they're going to be very quickly to fall back into the slumber. So there needs to be groups that stop that from happening. Cushion and uplift them. Break past that a few generations and then you are rising. Then you can start amplifying it, and it can happen very quickly, by the way. The kids are more resilient than you care to give them credit for. So there can be a dual amplification. But when this starts, something else is going to get in there as well at the same time. It's an option, and it's going to begin working with you. But these structures of negativity need to be gone. This is not it. And don't tell me that these ones are nothing to do with it. You notice the way they hide behind things. So they send commands down.
Yeah.
Or they send them up. Either or. Just remember, the king gave land and then they wanted something and they were going to behead the family back then. It's usually how it happens. And then they take power. And then usually that's taught that I must be this way anyway because I'm saying it's inherently bad. And who it is in that, it's the whole chain. Because they all egg one another on. Some might say, I wish you hadn't have done that. So I believe that this is how it operates. It's lifelong, isn't it? All of these chains are all about lifelong, yeah? You've got a certain family name, you'll go into it. Why? Generational curse? Cell memory by any chance? It's like putting a non-killer in a prison with serial killers. I mean, just kind of stands out a bit, doesn't it? It's the same way as you put in someone outside on the inside of these, and again, they can still be manipulated because of the pecking order. The pressure to conform. Take this money or lose this money. Do you understand that that's the whole structure there is then is cursed? Terrible. Absolutely terrible. I don't think any of the others are much more perfect, but again, yeah, it would be interesting as to why they came to this country in the first place and held on for as long as they did. Because the people here were generating a lot of good stuff, by the way. You do know that. Lots of things were coming out of this island, these group of people, because that was working. Wherever it was, Britons were working. There was something happening. They found the formula and it began to spark. Inventions were coming out left, right and centre, and then they got on it and wanted to press it down. Wanted to stop it, or at least try and bottle it in this direction. The missing formula are the people. It took all of them to do that. Now, compared to people, they want to set up a structure and allow it, because this is the nature of the island people here, it would have then supported them all. You build it once, it gets working, off it goes, then it supports them. Then they could go on to something else. Bit by bit, this then would lift them up, it'd lift up the platform, and then it would support them. It would be closely related to self-fulfilling prophecy. So you can walk many miles to go and pick up water from a river. You don't want to live too close to the river, but did you know that you can also incorporate, what do you call it, vine, and you can also make this rotating, so that when you spin it, you can bring the buckets of water towards you without ever going to the river. These are the type of island people were thinking in this way. Sometimes they would get fish in the bucket, which then helped them understand pond. Oh, very good. So a lot of these things would then be supporting you. What could you do if you weren't going down to collect the water? What could you do if you could bring in a large amount of sticks using the same plaiting process? Well, you get more time. More time to do what? Invent other stuff. Move on to something else. And then be able to find ways to prop yourself up. Eventually you get a collection of props. And then it goes again. More props, until you reach. That's independence. Then you can teach this to other people. Other people are doing their own thing elsewhere. And then you sort of see something that they're doing, they see something that you're doing, and then you combine it. And you get the best of both worlds in it. And you get something new, they get something new, but you still have the old principle in both. You merge it together. Quantum being a piece of hydrogen and a quantum piece of hydrogen, and form it together to create a new reality being helium. From the two quantums, you then get a new reality. So someone else's quantum thought over there versus your quantum thought over here, which is a collective of, just moving the bubble, everyone just blowing a bit into it. You combine these two quantums, create a new reality. That's why people were not fighting one another back in the day. It's all told to you, so that's what you're expected to do now. It wasn't like that. How do you get some of the most decorative stuff here? They weren't going and stealing it. They didn't need to. Why? Because people were so willing to share what they had learned, their skills they had developed. You would call it bushcraft. They were more than happy to be a teacher, to show, because it became more of a challenge. They enjoyed it. They all shared the same wisdom, no matter where they were. They all believed in a higher power. Something was guiding them. Some called it many different things. How many people? How many people have felt it? On this planet alone, how many people have felt some sort of higher force? How many civilizations separated by water come to the same conclusion? How many people come to the same conclusion of the quantum reality and thinking and thought? Many. How many people were constructing a reality to make it easier for their lives? Do you mean to tell me that that's fluke?
No, that is not fluke, is it?
And nowadays it's been pushed out because it's been killed out.
Yeah.
Is this why there's been so many bloods killed over religion? Is that really religion on religion, or is that trying to squash the spark? When you think about it, one group attacks another group, who's stirring that up to make it go that way anyway? It doesn't just happen, this is taught.
Yeah.
This group's gone. A group that is like that will eventually kill its own spark, right? It's just the way it is. And then if you were to see this on other planets with other life forms, and how separate it was back then for them, that's more than coincidence, isn't it? You can't start to label that coincidence, that it's nothing, it's insignificant, there is no such a thing, it doesn't exist. You can't do that. too much evidence, right? Stares you in the face, and yet atheist. Then the ego takes over, doesn't it? Where did all of these thoughts come from? Because I'm a genius. No, something else. Something else higher was working through me. I can't explain what that is. I can't tell you what that is. Well, let's do the maths. Uneducated, this, and this, rah. That's why all your stuff's shit. It's not. The teachings of Jesus Christ. Isn't that shouldn't be the teachings of God? The teachings of the divine.
Yeah.
Now I got a question, and again, it's because it affects me personally. If you have your own thing, you'll get what I mean by that. It's like reverse a death, and the feelings you get with death. Someone says that they had a death in their family, and you'll be like, oh, that's really sad, but I understand it, but I don't know. I mean, you don't start breaking down in tears unless you know the person, and then you will feel it.
Yeah.
If it was in your family, you'll feel it. Where someone around you will feel it too, but not enough to... Depends, did they know those people or different things like that? They know you, but oh, that's really sad, you're going through a hard time. Yes, they feel something for you, but don't know what that feels like or what you're going through. And sometimes maybe you're... I don't know if it's in a family thing. My sister was feeling it. A lot of people around were feeling it. And you assume that it's the same.
Mm-hmm.
They get what you mean. Anyone else looking outside of that sort of understand it because they may have been there. Maybe they haven't been there. But again, they sort of feel that, but not to the depth of what these people are feeling it.
Yeah.
It's a bit like religion. It's weird. It's hard to explain that. So that when you begin to feel this force, and no, it's not all about misery and everything else. No, it uplifts you in very much strange times. It feels that way. It feels to get you when no one else does. It educates you when no one else is. It's educating you. It's guiding you. It takes the role of teacher, father, mother, brother. And for you to say that you created that, you mean to tell me that humans create their own teachers is far more powerful than creating teachers themselves in the physical? It just doesn't work, does it? It doesn't fit. And it poses another question. Are these collective methods that have worked from others, or are these the methods taken from the ones that didn't?
Yeah, that's a question.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it coming from here, or is it coming from here with a little bit of wisdom mixed in and taken from here? Then are those things tainted? No. It's down to the individual to taint that. It's then down to the collective to taint that. And it's hard for you to understand it because you have to believe one person is in charge. One is looked at for leadership. What about many? Well, that's too muddy. There's too many people here. In order for us to go in our own directions, we always have to come back to the central hub, right? Right now on a planet, you can't really do it, right? You can't go off somewhere and grab a load of stuff and then bring it back to camp, can you?
No.
Well, that's the old way of doing it. Then you take that process in space. So more people there were, the more safety they felt, the more they had to talk about, oh, what are you planning on doing? Oh, I'm going to make this and do this. Oh, can I have a go? Yeah. Come with you and help you grab some more. Bring even more back, more people are doing it, or if not, less people are doing it, but still there's enough there for 2 to do it, 3 to do it, 4 to do it. The others are getting on with something else. Now, is this worthy to support them when it's finished? Yes. Is that what they're doing worthy to support you? Yes. You know, add this into space. You go off, collect something from over there, collect something from over here. Someone else is collecting something from over there. Bring it back, having a look. A little go. Some of it, nah. May I? Yeah, sure. I can get you some more of that if you want. Oh, yeah, I can make do with this. Yeah, I got an idea. I'll go off and... And when they're going to look for this stuff, they find some of the stuff that this person's collecting. Yeah, you like this? Yeah, I got too much. Oh, I love it. Okay, hang on. Because you're supported. All of those things are supporting your construct, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think a king does? Well, if you're supported by everything, food and everything else, what do? Anything you want, right?
Yeah.
You can literally do anything you want within reason. Not go out and meet people because they might hate you. You can do anything you want.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if everyone was living like that? But you say it's impossible. You can't do that. You can. Robotics. You don't think this is possible?
Yes, it is.
And as a byproduct, it takes care of the oxygen-carbon ratio. Wonderful. Which then props you up to get on with some other stuff. Well, what do you want to do today? Well, I think I might want to go over there. Well, all right then. I probably don't want to do anything today. All right. I might want to do this. Okay. Actually, I'm really feeling it today. I thought you wanted to do that. Yeah, not today. I'll go back to that. Oh, okay, then I'll go over it. Whatever you want to do, whenever you want to do it. What's wrong with that? Well, you'll be so entitled. No, not if you're following the right mechanisms inside.
Mm-hmm.
Ancestors used to do it, and they understood this thing about balance and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Carving trees.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very interesting process. Anyway, I'm going to leave this one here. I'm going to wind this one down just for a bit. Anyway, it just came to me, this bit. It didn't really just come to me. It's been over the last few days, but still, in terms of speaking, it just come to me. And more stuff is coming. Other stuff is... Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, and I do have a bee in my bonnet, I'm not going to lie, about some of this stuff, and it might sound very negative. That's your interpretation of it, but I feel talking about it is less than going through it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But you're carrying it into your world now. Yeah, you're damn right. Because they are still in the world now, in doing this. So until it goes, how does it go? So, and that's my way to deal with it. And if it seems toxic, walk through it yourself, and then let's see what you do. See how you respond to it. Because I think it's much more better than some people going to some other ways. That's their way to deal with it. But it's a shame that they wouldn't have to do that if it wasn't here. If this wasn't happening, then would that, and that. You should have broke already. You should have broke already. Why do you want me to break? What is that? What the hell is that? Anyway, me talking about it doesn't mean that I'm off my journey or anything else. And yeah, you can say whatever you want. I'm going to keep doing what works here, and I'm going to align to this and keep following this. Yeah, it hasn't steered me wrong so far, so I shouldn't really let in any of that noise.
Mm-hmm.
So some of it I will, some of it I won't. I don't know. It just depends. I'm just going to keep going as I am. See where this ends up. Yeah, it's going good. I like it. Anyway, there we are. We'll leave it there.